Subsolutionaries, Maj Toure here, coming to you yet again, having a discussion about Dexter Taylor's case. Dexter Taylor, for those of you that are not familiar, Dexter was sentenced to 10 years in the state of New York. He's currently on Rikers Island of gunsmithing, taking legal parts made accessible lawfully, taking and putting them together as a hobby in the state of New York. Now, obviously, the Bruin decision, which Black Guns Matter cited in that decision, obviously the scope and lens of the Second Amendment is going back in the direction of, does this have a long-standing historical context of what's in alignment with the Second Amendment? So the Bruin decision is in New York, that's overturned. He has no criminal record. He's clean as the Board of Health, quiet as a church mouse, genius, engineer, all of these other different things, and he gets sentenced to 10 years for a nonviolent thing of just putting firearms together for his own personal hobby. First and foremost, everybody needs to support Dexter during this time. He's holding his head up. Donnie and Jeff Charles have been doing some great work in staying abreast and making the story available to everyone. His lawyer has been very transparent, and they're going to appeal it, obviously. However, it takes a lot of money and research and history and all of that to appeal a case. Now, obviously, getting it out of New York City into a bigger court and even potentially taking up to the Supreme Court, again, costs a lot of resources. So first and foremost, before we start talking our opinion about this case, what he should have did, he should have left New York, whatever you think, let's get behind the fact that this is someone that is being arrested and sentenced to 10 years, a decade of his life, for a non-violent offense. So we need to make sure that we're financially supporting his legal efforts and defense. That's number one. Number two, this speaks to the problem that we have in the Second Amendment community. I've yet to hear some of these big Second Amendment organizations have real conversations about this case. Huge shouts to FPC. They've been supportive. Huge shouts to whoever has, and because they may have and I just didn't see it, right? We should not be waiting on monumental landmark scenarios where people's freedom is on the line for us to galvanize around the Second Amendment. We say that we are Second Amendment folks. We need to be that every single day. In this actual trial, the judge said, do not mention the Second Amendment in this court. The Second Amendment does not exist in this court. This is what a judge said. The supreme law of the land does not exist in her court. The reason why she said that is because all these things get brought up in appeal, and if you mention case law that she ignores, she becomes more and more like sketchy. 10 years for a nonviolent hobby for something that is lawful everywhere else speaks to the level of disrespect for the Constitution that elected officials as well as judges and the like and district attorneys have for the Constitution. Now, again, if this gets out of the state of New York and gets to the Supreme Court, we all know that more than likely it'll be overturned. But having to fight for your freedom while behind the wall, because he's currently still in Rikers Island, fighting against an actual judge literally saying that the Second Amendment does not exist in my courtroom speaks to the problem that we, as a society, where not as many people are aware of the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, the supreme law of the land, and these founding documents. And that is all our fault. We are running around talking about rap beefs and shit that has nothing to do with our everyday life and our understanding of American values, as conservative as we say we are, some of us. But we have an innocent man that has violated no one, no property, no body, that is now on Rikers Island for a hobby that is in alignment with the supreme law of the land as it relates to the Second Amendment. We should all be up in arms about this. I want you all to repost these videos. I'll put the links in all of the descriptions on whatever platform you're looking at. I want you to comment the word Dexter in this comment section if you're on Instagram, and they'll send you the link to his actual legal defense fund, his Give, Send, Go. And we want to make sure that we're filling this more than with what he needs, because Dexter understands that this is the actual rumble, but we got to get behind the people willing to take that fight. The bullies that are local and federal government will only stop when we, the people, are financing things and making it very difficult for them to continue this onslaught. But you may disagree with me. You may say, well, he shouldn't have moved to live in New York. He shouldn't have moved to whoop. He should have known. You can say all of that, and that's why cancers and viruses continue to spread. Because instead of standing and fighting and dealing with those viruses, people leave them alone and they continue to spread to other cities or states. In this example, people from New York moving to Texas, still trying to vote New York ways. And we have to put an end to that. I am critical of the organizations that have not been supportive of Dexter's case. I am critical of us as a collective that are not highlighting the importance of individual rights and limited government. I am critical of the work that we need to do, that we all should pitch in to do, but I'm also optimistic that we will right this ship here by getting financial resources to Dexter's legal fund, any other Second Amendment organization or somebody doing the work that you think is necessary for defense of the Constitution and our human rights as codified in the Bill of Rights. I just challenge you all to start training, to start being informed, and start exercising these rights, and remember that we're only a generation away from them being removed. Go over to solutionaryuniversity.org, register for some of the classes. If you don't got the money, join the Telegram group. I'll send you the actual free link to take some of the civics classes and things like that for free. But we need the people to be informed and be solid, sovereign individuals that are willing to be statesmen and stateswomen to defend our liberties and our human rights. My name is Maj Toure, the founder of Black Guns Matter and the Solutionary University. Hope to see you in class. Be safe. Be solutionary.